I'm a sucker for Kathleen Palpatine in a thumbnail too. I can't resist. I had to click on it. My point here today is that she can't ruin things as much as I think. So I'm making this video for me and you're just here for the ride. I'm on the Star Wars Wikipedia where they kind of display movies that are upcoming, movies that have already came. Untitled, a Dawn of the Jedi film by James Mangold. Based off of the way that Indiana Jones is performing, this movie probably is not going to come see the daylight, get fired like Justin Simeon. That's what I think is going to happen. The Filoni film, I think, will happen. What year? I don't know. There's a writer's strike. He's probably part of that guild, and the movie's not going to happen right away. But if this movie happens, it'll probably be the year of her contract expiring, or the year after, and she'll be credited as a producer, but whatever. It's the Dave Filoni movie. Do you have doubts Dave Filoni can make good movies, good Star Wars movies? I don't. I like everything Dave Filoni has done. When I say everything, not the helicopter spinning blades, lightsaber blades that the Inquisitors have, but everything else. The Rebels was still a good show. Then we got here, Charmaine Abid-Chinoy is going to be directing, and Rey is going to be part of this movie. It's already happening, whatever. I'm not interested in seeing the Rey's story arc further. It is still possible that this movie can be good. Just like when episode 8 happened, I was still saying it's possible 9 could be good. I'll say that also here for this movie. But it's set in stone, and this will be Kathleen Kennedy's movie, right? Hey, it's happening. I just don't know how losing her after this, not losing her. I'm trying to make words come out and they're not coming out properly. I just mean to say that since this is an inevitable, Kathleen Kennedy doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she's here for 2 more years after this, 2025. Who cares? That's when this movie is supposed to be in the cinemas, 2025. So it doesn't really matter if she's there for, gets fired next week, gets fired next year, gets fired in 2 years. Some of these things are already set in stone. And one of these I really like, and it's the Dave Filoni movie. The ones that I don't care for, James Mangold, what he's going to do with the Dawn of the Jedi, how they could possibly ruin canon, which I care about, and how they could make the Jedi and Sith something that they aren't. I don't have to worry about that. I don't think James Mangold's movie is happening. I know there's a writer's strike, and plus I know that Filoni is going to take precedence because this Mandalorian and Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, Rangers of the New Republic, all these time periods, TV shows are going to culminate there. I have nothing to be upset about when it comes to the Dave Filoni movie, even if Kathleen Kennedy is the producer by name producing it. Whatever. This guy has produced nice Star Wars with Kathleen Kennedy written in the credits during all those things. It's a non-issue at this point because I believe that tick tick, this is a 70-year-old and it's time to go. Not just because of the age, but also because the company that Disney can see that these decisions, Willow, and then also hiring and firing directors and screenwriters is just not the way to go. It's just an embarrassment. The diminishing returns for each Star Wars trilogy film. I think they and then the creme de la creme, Indiana Jones. That's it. She's gone. TV show wise, what do we have? We've got The Bad Batch. It doesn't matter if Kathleen Kennedy's here or not. They're working on that now. We're going to get the final season, and that's irrelevant to whether or not she's the president. And we're also going to get Mandalorian season 4 eventually, whenever the writer's strike comes out. And it's not going to really be affected by her unless Grogu shows up in, I don't know, Andor or something. No, that wouldn't even make sense. A second season of Andor, it's already happening. I don't care for Andor, but if you guys like it, that's cool. Then we got an Ahsoka show. I'm very amped to get the Ahsoka show. Acolyte show, whatever they do. It happens so long from the period of Mandalorian. How much will it really affect everything? The Acolyte show, if it happens, it happens, and if it's good, it's good. I don't see the Acolyte actually written here, but we know that that's it. So like out of the 7 things happening on the TV side of Star Wars, some of them are going to be highs and some will be lows, and Kathleen's involvement it's already set, like it's already done. If they say something like, so the Lando show is supposed to be happening, Donald Glover being the writer, it's kind of interesting to me. I don't want an Atlanta-styled show in Star Wars. I prefer escapism. But if he can execute a plan that's different than what Justin Simien did, the director for Haunted Mansion, which is in theaters now, if you're interested in fatherless black families, check that out. Support it with all your dollars. I'm just saying that she can't really corrupt things. All right, we'll get Lando, whatever. I'll decide whether or not I want to watch it. Same way I decided not to watch Solo because I just wasn't interested. Maybe they can sell me on watching Lando. If not, it just won't be part of my canon because I don't trust the. It's not because they recasted Harrison Ford. It's not only because of that. Of course, I'm not interested in seeing somebody else play Han Solo. I don't want to see a non-Harrison Ford. Yeah, that's somewhat true. But I also don't need to know the story of why Han met Chewie and how he got his name and Lando and all these guys in their adventures and him with another love interest. I don't need that in part of my headcanon. And I never got to it, even on Disney Plus. Never did, never cared for it. So I'll think the same thing with Lando if I cared for it. Now, maybe this show could have happened during the time of Mandalorian, 6 years after Return of the Jedi. Then they might have to, they'll get me. I think I'd have to watch it. That's the only way, though. That's the vid. If you liked this, click thumbs up. And if you disliked it and you're Team Kathleen Kennedy, go. Let me know why it was her plan all along, Chillmonger. And she's playing the long game and she'll be back and she'll do even more movies that get canceled and new creative teams. This is how you make money in Hollywood, see? She's losing money with every project. Factually. Like I can pull up the grosses on Box Office Mojo. Thanks for coming.